Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while. I took a long break after I had a little one. So while I was playing games, I wasn't making many more videos. It just took a long time to edit, and I still want to make stop motion videos for Curse City, but that will be in some more time. Now, Curse City, man, what a year so far with board games, with Games Workshop. Now, I've been playing Warhammer since the 95 version, man. I remember my weekends, I used to go to my friend's house and we used to play a 40k Warhammer Fantasy. And of course, we made time for Warhammer Quest, which was we just made epic little stories. And I used to make all these campaigns and all these dungeons with all these crazy adventures. And when I got to Blackstone Fortress, I never played Silver Tower or Hammerhall. They didn't have the dungeon card, so I just felt like I couldn't make adventures with it. But I liked the game as it was anyways. I love the continuity that it has. Like if you finished one of the maps, you can continue on to the next one straight away without having to extract. Now I love Curse City. I've played so far. When I opened the box, I put everything together and I started playing straight away. And I did notice what many people have been talking about with the grind. I didn't like it, but the cards were there this time, so I thought I can make adventures. I could make a better version, or a better version for me at least, using the exploration cards. So what I've done here is I've rejigged and remade some of the rules for hunt and scavenge to incorporate the classic 95 dungeon crawls, so using the extraction cards. Now I didn't touch Deliverance because I feel that's a pretty good map or journey as it is, so I left that alone. And I haven't tried any of the decapitation maps yet, so that's why I've kind of left an option for it in these games, but they're not the map. I would probably say play the maps as they are. So please sit back and enjoy, and I hope I inspire you to give these a go. Okay, so firstly I wanted to distinguish the difference between a street and a room tile. The room tiles are yellowish, like this, and the street ones are the blue one. Each one of the cards has a little red dot on it that represents an objective marker, but you can use it same as the rulebook if you want. Now please remember to only choose the tiles that are on the extraction cards. There are only so many in there. Okay, now pick 10 exploration cards. They can be all at random, but you can choose them if you like. I would suggest using the biggest ones. Now pick your extraction point. This is the place or the tile that you're going to have to get to end the journey. You can only extract from this point. So I suggest you take it out of the pile and put it aside so you remember it. When you find the extraction card, you just place it down and then add an additional 4 cards and shuffle them. This is your bottom deck. Your extraction point is in there somewhere. Adding a few more just makes it a bit more exciting. Then grab 5 exploration cards and 2 mortis cards. These represent the secret room and the keys. Shuffle them and then place them on top of the first deck. And that's how we build a journey deck. Alright, so from here on we find our drop zone, and we set up our heroes in any order we want. I wouldn't worry about the first objective markup for this one. It literally is just a starting point, but it does come in with hostiles, and we add a D3 to every hostile card we find. Our turn sequence is changed, so we have a journey phase, destiny phase, hero, hostile, exploration, and our events. Journey phase remains the same, and you put your tokens on and start the day. Roll for your destiny. Doubles mean extra attacks for your hostiles. More on that later, but just keep an eye on them for now. Alright, so then we just draw our activation dice like normal. You can choose any hero you want to go first, second, third. Up to you, up to the players. Now in the exploration phase, all the models have to be at the end, and it is a free action, and you just grab your next exploration card and place down the tile. Another hostile, and your event. Destiny Denied is an ambush, and the Will of the Master is a T-junction. Then you just repeat the turn sequence and add a day, and in this case we're turning for every champion we kill. Now double ones automatically mean an ambush, and any other doubles in addition to the double ones count as counterattacks for hostiles, so make sure you remember these. Then you put down your hostiles with an additional D3 and randomly nominate hostiles if they're too many or too few. You can avoid an ambush by passing an agility. So just roll your agility dice. In this case we fail, so we get attacked immediately. Critical. Which is too bad for our friend Brutog. And when our ambush attacks are done, we continue on to the next hero until they're all done. When ambush is done, our heroes activate like normal. Any hero that activated during the ambush phase does not reactivate. Now remember those saved double destiny dice that we rolled before? Whenever a hero misses, the hostiles may use one of those destiny dice to counterattack, meaning they automatically roll their attack dice. On sixes, they can use the highest roll on the behavior table, which is usually the worst one. So watch out for those. Now remember, exploration phase is a free action that can only be done when a hero is at the very end of the tile. Place a door. I'm just showing off with my Warcry doors here. So now when you explore and you find the first crisis card, you found the doorway for the secret room. So what you do here is place a sealed door to the side of the tile and you can come back to it later when you find the secret key, which is the second Mortis card, and roll for event. So like mentioned before, when we roll our destiny dice and we roll sixes or any other doubles, we can use those as hostile counterattack dice. So in this case we've rolled 2 sixes, and when Melda here misses, boom, we get a counterattack. And in this case it's the sixes, so we get a pretty beefy attack from the bat. I think it's like a charge with extra damage or something like that, I can't remember, but it fails anyways. But just keep note of that because they do stack up as you keep playing. Now here we have a situation where we roll an event to check for a junction, which is basically when you roll the Master's Will event, that automatically places an extra door to the side of a tile. So what we do here is we split our cards into 2 decks by starting with the bottom card of the exploration deck, placing 1 card on each door until there's no cards left. This creates 2 journeys basically. One door will lead to one set of the deck and the other door will set you on another path, and the extraction point will only be in one of these decks. So you can either split your party up or you're gonna have to trek back to look for it if you don't. So what I tried to do here is basically create a more, well, adventurous scavenge and hunt mission, because when I played them I just wasn't feeling it, and I think you get that across a lot on the internet. But I don't like the idea of putting too many rules into a game, especially when you make changes. I think sometimes we tend to make rules that really don't matter, and I just feel like the minimum is usually the best. The basics is always the best. So what I've tried to do here is to keep it simple, and also simple enough to keep the game flowing, to give it a good flow, because I think that's what makes a game not only easy to play but also enjoyable, because you don't want to revert back and forth to a rule book. You want to just learn the rules, and then you can keep the game flowing, especially when you're inviting others to play with you. If you've played this enough, you'll know how to play it easily enough to show other people without having to scare them off with too many rules. So that's what I try to do with my quest games, and hopefully I've done that with this. I am planning to make a heap of other journeys, adventures. I'm working on one right now called The Old King, which is based on ghouls, but yeah, if you don't have any ghouls to use, you can just basically use your zombies and a necromancer. I love this game, and I've loved Coast City. I'm still to get to any of the decapitation missions, but I am really excited about it because I've been working on this, and I just hope I can create something that people can enjoy. So anyway, continue watching and get to the end so we can talk about the secret room. So what we have here now, I've ended that last room, and obviously I didn't find the extraction point. So now my decision for this game is whether to head back to the secret room, which in this case, being a hunt mission, would hold the remaining champions that I haven't killed. I've killed 8. Obviously you need 10 to end the mission. So if I went into the secret room, I could find the remaining champions and end the game as in the rulebook. So this, any influence or any fears that comes from scavenge or hunt missions, you follow the same rules when you end the journey. If you want to extract from a hunt, you have to get to the extraction point and then fly off in your airship. With the scavenge, you can actually end the journey inside the secret room. It's called the Citizen Hideout. In the scavenge mission, I've made it so it's more like the heroes are looking for supplies after an attack from the Orphan Watch against the citizens. So I imagine this being like they're going through a destroyed market. There's fires, and there's probably bodies on the floor from an attack, and our heroes are there to help. So when they head back to the Citizen Hideout, they spend the night there, and they help out the injured, they help out with food, and then they go on their way. In addition to that, I also added like a little side quest where you go finding keys, hollow keys, and you give them to a wraith that used to live in the city and is part of the city, and is trying to help the heroes by enchanting these keys that they would drop, in hopes that someone will find them, someone worthy would find them, and go back to him so he can enchant them. But yeah, anyway, that's about the gist of it. So if you've enjoyed this, hopefully you can comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me if you would like a set of the rules, especially if you're not from the Facebook group. I'm happy to send them through. Please subscribe, and I really appreciate any support you give us. I will be making more videos. I'm wanting to make adventures and even more stop motion videos with this Curse City. Thank you.